I can.
Whatever.
Okay, so come to the, let's see, let's come to the top of the mat. Let's come to the top of the mat. We'll breathe in, standing, in mountain. So stand up nice and tall and let your arms float down by your sides and let there be about just a little bit of space underneath your armpits, and the palms are facing forward and the arms are a little bit in front of the body, just a little bit. Relaxing the shoulders down and back, lengthening out through the crown of your head. And make sure that your feet are about hips distance apart and they're parallel, but all 10 toes are facing the front of the mat. And line your knees over your ankles, your hips over your knees. And bring your belly button toward your spine. Lengthen up through the spine and then just drop your chin just slightly. And this is Mountain Tadasana. And then bring all 10 toes off of the mat. And notice how your legs automatically energize. Keep the legs strong as you bring the little toes and the fourth toes and the third toes and the second toes and the big toes to the mat. All 10 toes are back on the mat. And root down through the four corners of your feet, behind your big toe, behind your little toe, behind the two sides of your heels. Keeping the weight right in the center of your feet and your arches. Just begin to breathe in and out here. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes or close them mostly and begin to pay attention to your breath. So we want the breath to be quiet and calm and continuous and even and unbroken. So the idea is that it is a deep breath in and out through your nostrils. With your lips closed, you can keep your mouth in a slight smile to relax your chin and jaw. And then throughout the practice, think about keeping that breath deep and quiet and even, meaning the inhale and the exhale are even in length. So sometimes you might like to count 1, 2, 3, 4 on the inhale and make sure it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the exhale. And that can extend or change depending on your breath. And try to see if you can limp the inhale to the exhale without a break. And no hiccups along the way. If the practice becomes so rigorous that you're noticing that the breath is not smooth, come back to mountain, come back to child's pose. Find your breath in your center. So as you're inhaling, you're filling up your belly like a balloon, and exhale, hollowing out the belly like you're deflating the balloon. And then as you inhale, bring your arms out to your shoulder height and collect the energy by bringing it up and close by your ears. Bring your palms together and bring them to heart center. Each time you bring your hands to heart center, get a little longer and make sure your legs are activated. And release your arms down, back into Tadasana, into mountain. And then reach your arms out to your sides and back up. And breathe your hands to heart center. Inhale here. And exhale, let your arms release down. Breathe your arms up. And then interlace your fingers and send your palms to the ceiling. And again, try to keep as much space as you can between your shoulders and your ears. And really, you can look right straight ahead instead of tilting your hands. You're reaching through the fingertips and the palms and reaching down through the soles of your feet, lengthening here. On your inhale, release your fingertips so that your hands, the palms of your hands are facing each other. And the little fingers are even turned a little bit in, reaching up. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center, and then just fold forward, beginning with the top of the vertebrae, and rolling down. And make sure the weight is in the arches of the feet, and catch the insides of your opposite elbows, and let your crown of your head rest on your forearms. So really relax the neck, and then gently float from side to side. Just a very gentle twist in ragdoll. Waking up your body. On the inhale, release your hands to the mat and keep your knees soft, and then come to a flat back. And exhale back down. Shake your head yes, and shake your head no. And one more time on your inhale, come to a flat back, and you can bring your hands to your shins or to your thighs. And exhale, folding maybe arch your whole torso back and look back just a little bit. Come back up and bring your hands to heart center. And then make sure your feet are hips distance apart. You might be a little close. And bring your arms down by your sides for mountain. And then we'll begin Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A, as we breathe your arms up by your ears. Come here. Exhale, open the arms to a T. Inhale here, exhale, reach, and release down. And shake your head yes, and shake your head no. And then bring your palms to the mat and bend your knees deeply, and then step back into downward dog. And then notice this, making sure your fingertips are spread wide, especially your index and your middle finger and that webbing in between, that should be facing right to the front of the mat. Press through all 10 fingertips. Press through all 10 toes. And try to see if you can float your heels to the mat. So you might need to walk your, before we hover the knees, just see if you can get the whole foot onto the mat. And if your heels aren't coming down, you might want to just step your feet in just a bit and find your way there. And then walk your dog. So bend one knee. Still paying attention to your breath, the most important part of the practice, our best tool. Breathing in and out. And then come back to downward dog and just find your stillness in your dog. And you're thinking about from your knees down to your ankles, rolling your lower legs in. From your knees to your hips, rolling the tops of your legs out. Same with your arms, from your elbows to your wrist, roll the forearm in. And from your elbow to your shoulder, roll press into the fingertips, and you're looking back at your feet, so your head is, and your neck is relaxing. Inhale and come up onto the balls of your feet, and exhale, bring your shins almost all the way to the mat, but hover, noticing how the weight comes off of your wrists. On the inhale, send your hips up to the ceiling, and exhale down. Inhale, come up on the balls of your feet, and this time press your chest towards your thighs. Legs are straight and you're pressing. Keep the legs straight and just bring the front of the body to the inside, to your thighs. And then come back to downward dog. So it's just a little bit of movement. This time come up on the balls of your feet, bend your knees and hover your shins. And inhale, send your hips up to the ceiling, and exhale, heels back down. This time breathe up onto the balls of your feet. Keep your legs straight and just think about breathing your chest towards your thighs. So it's very little movement. Inhale, come here, and exhale, bring your heels back to the mat. One more time, coming up on the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees and hover your shins. And breathe here. Inhale, send your hips to the ceiling, and exhale, bring your soles of your feet back to the mat. Inhale, come up on the balls of your feet. Keep your legs nice and straight, and just think about breathing your chest towards your thighs. Yes. Inhale here, exhale, bring the soles of your feet back to the mat. And then inhale to high plank, coming forward into a high push-up position. Thinking about pulling your belly button towards your spine, activating your core. And then exhale, bring your knees to the mat. Bring your chest to the mat and your chin to the mat. Bring your forehead to the mat and let your tops of your feet rest on the mat. Really press the tops of the feet into the mat as you just lift your knees, activating those legs again. And the next inhale, lift your head and shoulders into a baby cobra. And exhale back down. Inhale here. And tuck your toes and breathe into tabletop. And exhale and sit back in child's pose. And breathe in and out. And on your inhale, come back to tabletop and tuck your toes and come into downward dog. And then send your right leg to the ceiling. Exhale your right foot in between your hands. And send your left leg to the ceiling. And exhale your left foot to join your right in a forward fold in Uttanasana. And soften your knees, and once again, catch the inside of your elbows with your hands. And then bring the crown of your head to rest on your forearms. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And see if you can let this happen. So you're resting here, breathing in and out. And then on your inhale, release your hands to the mat and come to a flat back. And exhale, forward fold, and bend your knees deeply. Bring your arms to your sides to a T, and then come all the way up, opening just a little bit more into a little back bend. And then find your way back to mountain with your arms down by your sides. Palms are forward, and the arms are just a little in front of the body. And weight is in the center of your feet, and your legs are nice and strong. Tuck your chin slightly as you reach out through the crown of your head. Inhale your arms up by your ears. Exhale, open to a T. Inhale here. Exhale, reach, 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 and fold forward. And then come to a flat back. And then bend your knees deeply and bring your palms of your hands to the mat and step back into downward dog. Round two of Surya Namaskar A. Come onto the balls of your feet and then bring your knees to the mat and bring your chest to the mat and bring your chin to the mat. Bring your whole front of your body to the mat. Tops of your feet are on the mat. Lift to your knees to activate your legs. And then breathe into a baby cobra, just lifting your head and shoulders, and exhale back down. Inhale here, fill up your belly. Exhale, tuck your toes, and come back to tabletop, and come back to downward dog. And then send your left leg up to the ceiling, and your left foot in between your hands. And then send your right foot to the ceiling, and your right foot meets your left in a forward fold. And come to a flat back. And exhale back down. Bend your knees deeply as you bring your arms to a T and come up and over jump. And come back to heart center and back to downward dog. Breathing up for round three. Breathe your arms up by your ears. Exhale to a T. Up and over. Reach, 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 and release down. Come to a flat back and bend your knees deeply and bring your palms to the mat. And then step your feet back to downward. And then come up on the balls of your feet and come all the way forward to high plank, high push-up. And bring your knees to the mat and your chest to the mat and your chin to the mat and the tops of your feet to the mat and lift your knees. And then breathe your head and shoulders up for a baby cobra and exhale back down. Inhale, fill up your belly. Exhale, tuck your toes. Come to tabletop and then press your way back to down. And then you can either step your foot or you can extend your right leg up to the ceiling and exhale your right foot in between your hands. And again, you can just step your left to meet your right, or you can send that leg up, whichever you like. And breathe and bring your left foot to meet your right. Come to a flat back and release down. Bend your knees deeply and bring your arms to a T and come all the way up. And bring your hands to heart center. And then find your way to mountain. And we're going to go right into Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. So as you breathe your arms up by your ears, keep your arms by your ears and exhale with your toes together and your heels open just a little, sort of pigeon toe. You're finding your way to Utkatasana, chair pose. So bring your hands right now to your hip flexors. And you're just sitting back in your chair. So your spine is long. Weight is this time in your heels, so your toes could even come up. And you are sitting in your own chair. And you can keep your hands here, or you can reach your arms forward so the palms face each other, as if you're going to shake hands. Yes, the palms are out, fingers are spread. Inhale like that. Exhale, go down just a little bit more. And then on your inhale, open. As you exhale, open your arms to a T, and then make sure the feet are parallel again. Inhale here, exhale, reach, 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 and release down. Come to a flat back, bend your knees and bring your palms to the mat and step back into downward dog. And then send your right leg to the ceiling and exhale your right foot in between your hands and bring your back sole of your foot to the mat. And then come into Warrior One. So you might want to step your back foot in just a little bit. The whole, yes. And so you want both hips to face forward, so you might open your front foot toward the right side of the mat, the short edge. Yes, wiggle walking with toe, heel is good. And then maybe move your back foot toward the opposite edge of the mat so that you're, and you can bring those toes, angle them forward just a little bit more. And there's a spot where your hips are here and then they'll come forward. And you can feel it when you have the space to do that. So you're on a long lunge, so your front knee is right over your ankle and then your back leg is just as straight as you can make it. And you're thinking about rooting down through the front big toe and the back little toe. Making sure that your foot is facing straight front, yes, that's perfect. And then breathe your arms out to your sides and bring them up. Reaching through the fingertips, make as much space between the shoulders and the ears as you can. And exhale, reach your arms forward and exhale, hands to either side of your front foot. And then step your left foot to meet your right. And then come to a flat back and exhale. And then bring your toes together, heels slightly apart, and find your way back to chair. And keep your arms just in front of you. So your fingertips are reaching forward and you're sitting back. You're inhaling, hollowing out the belly, breathing, just moving just ever so slightly. And then on the next inhale, open your heart to the ceiling. And as you exhale your arms to a T, make sure your feet are back in parallel. Inhale here. Exhale, reach, and release down for round 2. Absurd Namaskar, peace on salutation. So come to the flat back. Exhale, bend your knees and step your feet back into downward dog. Always double checking that your hands are shoulders distance apart, your feet are hips distance apart. And then send your left leg to the ceiling. And exhale your left foot in between your hands. Find your way to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. And notice how it's feeling. And if you need to step that back foot up a little, that's more than fine. And then if you want to angle your toes about like this. So the toes might come forward more. And then bring the back foot toward the outside of the mat. So angle them, have your foot facing like this. Bring your toes much more toward the front of the mat. And then maybe keep the toes right where they are, just open the leg a little bit more over to this side. And then you notice that there's space. Yes, exactly right. So you're rooting down through, it's a big lunge, rooting your knee right over your ankle, rooting down through the front big toe. And then the back little toe, make your back leg as straight as you can. And drop into the lunge. And then breathe your arms up. That looks just beautiful. And exhale, make space so you can reach, and release, and bring your hands to either side of your front foot. And then step your back foot to meet your front. And come to a flat back. And exhale, release down. And then bring your toes together, heels apart, and breathe back into chair. Going into round 3. Sitting here, dropping down. Breathing in, dropping down. On the next inhale, straighten all the way up. A little bit more of a back bend, maybe. Open your arms to a T and then make sure the feet are parallel. Inhale here and exhale. To a flat back and exhale down. Bend your knees deeply, bring your palms to the mat and find your way to downward dog. And then come forward to high plank. Knees to the mat, chest to the mat, chin to the mat. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat. Activate your legs by lifting your knees. Breathe your shoulders and head up into a baby cobra. And exhale back down. Inhale here, exhale, tuck your toes, come to tabletop, and come back to downward dog. And then send your right leg up, and exhale your right foot forward into Warrior One. So just, adjusting so that both hips are forward like headlights. And most of the time, if you bring your back toes facing more forward. There you go, you can feel it right there. Right. So you're activating the back leg as straight as can be as your front leg is bent. breathe your arms up, and exhale, reach, 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 and release. And send your back foot toward, step your back foot toward the front so that both feet are in between your hands. And come to a flat back. And exhale, bring your toes together, finding your way back to chair. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, arms to a T, making sure your feet are parallel. Inhale here, exhale, release. Breathe, 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 and release down. Coming to a flat back, bend your knees. And bring your hands to the mat. Bring the palms of your hands to the mat. And step back into downward dog. And then you bring your left leg up and exhale. Bring your left foot forward into warrior one on the other side. Virabhadrasana. So your front knee is bent, and then your back leg is as straight as it can be. Bringing both hips forward. Maybe think about your back foot coming a little bit more toward this side of the mat. Just opening that space so your hips can come forward. And it's all based on your hips distance, so whatever is right. That's perfect. Breathe your arms up and exhale. Release and bring your hands to either side of your front foot. On the inhale, feel your belly on your thigh, and as you exhale, step your back foot to meet your front. And just stay here. We're going to do something a little bit different in Utkatasana, in chair. So bring your toes together, heels slightly apart, breathing into chair. So you're breathing in and exhale. So each exhale brings your spine straighter as you bend your knees forward. And then breathe your hands to heart center. Keep everything from your waist down just as it is. Inhale and lengthen, and then exhale your left elbow across to the outside of your right thigh. So press that arm into the leg, and then you notice that your hands are in heart center. You want to think about breathing your heart closer to your hands. That's perfect. So you roll your shoulder down and back, and as you exhale, you're going to lean deeper down, and inhale. The next exhale, come back to chair in the center. And breathe in, a lot of space, and exhale to the other side. So your arm would come onto the outside of your opposite thigh. And you notice one knee usually pops ahead. See if you can adjust them so your knees are equally bent and equally in line with each other as you twist. Inhale out through the crown of your head and exhale and twist, rolling your top shoulder down and back. And inhale, lengthen. Inhale, come back to center, to heart center, and exhale and fold forward. Relax your head, shake your head yes and no, and then bend your knees and bring your palms to the mat, and step back into downward dog. And we're going to go into something a little bit different from here, so breathe your right foot back and up toward the ceiling, and exhale your right foot forward in between your hands. And stay right here in the crescent lunge, so your back heel is up. You can feel your belly fill up on your thigh. As you exhale, bring your chest forward and come into crescent, so your arms are going to breathe. You're going to lift your arms as you breathe up and back. And then open into warrior two, so you're going to open your left arm behind you, staying right in this lunge, and bring your back sole of your mat to the mat. Back sole of your foot to the mat. So your right arm and your right knee are forward, and then you bring your back, the sole of your foot to the mat. And then, so your body's facing the door, but then you're looking out over your front arms. And so it's the nice lunge, you're bending your front knee down, and your shoulders are down and back. And then just stay where you are, but just turn your palms up to the ceiling. Notice how your shoulders drop down. Keep everything where it is, just turn your palms back down. And on the inhale, just straighten your front leg. And exhale, go back into the bend. And inhale and straighten. And exhale into the bend. And inhale and straighten. Keep both legs straight, send your hips back. And then reach, reach, reach forward. And come into triangle. So you're going to stack your shoulders one on top of the other, and you can bring your hand to the inside of your front knee. That helps it to come forward. So you're thinking about keeping your legs as straight as they can be and pulling your belly button towards your spine, activating your pelvic floor. So it's the idea of, the easy way to think about it is that feeling when you have to go to the bathroom and you're not going to do it, you're going to hold it. So you just give yourself that nice firm foundation, breathing in. And as you exhale, look down and bend your front knee and come back up into Warrior Two. So your left arm is back and your right arm is forward. And then windmill the arm, so bring your back arm forward and come into a lunge. So your hands are either side of your front foot. That's exactly right. And then step your left leg to meet your right. And breathe in here and come to a flat back. And exhale, bend your knees. We'll go right into the other side and bring your palms of your hands to the mat and step back into downward dog. And this time, float your left leg up and exhale your left foot in between your hands. Stay right here in this, it begins in a high lunge, and then breathe your chest forward as you breathe your arms by your ears and arch back slightly. And so when you're here, you're going to just simply open and bring your back shoulder foot to the mat. Make sure your knees right over your ankle. Your body's facing this big window, and then you're going to look out over and move your fingers. And then look behind you to make sure your other arm is in the same plane. And each exhale, you're dropping a little deeper down. Here, just turn your palms to the ceiling, which allows the shoulders to drop down. Without doing anything, just turn the palms back towards the ceiling. And on the inhale, straighten your leg, and exhale, bend your knee. So it's just keep the arms out, straighten, and exhale, bend back into Warrior Two. And then straighten your leg, and send your hips back as you reach forward. Yes, and exhale, both legs are straight. Straight, straight, and then stack your hips for triangle, Trikonasana on the other side. So this arm comes forward, yes. And you can let your hand rest right on the inside of your knee if you would like. That just reminds you to keep that knee moving toward just behind you a little bit. And then maybe bring this top arm a little bit forward, about like we do in mountain, and stack this shoulder right over that shoulder. So there you go, breathing in and out. Don't quit breathing. Breathe in and out. Your legs are energized. Thinking about activating your pelvic floor. As you exhale, look down at your front foot and bend your front knee and come back into Warrior Two. So your left arm will be forward and your back arm will be back. Maybe yes. And then windmill the arms, bringing your back arm forward, hands to either side of your front foot. And step your back foot to meet your front. And come to a flat back. And exhale. And fold down and bring your hands to the insides of opposite elbows and let your forehead rest on your forearms. And begin to sway gently from side to side. And notice how you're breathing and how your body is feeling. And breathing in and out. And as you exhale, let your hands rest on the mat. And still shake your head yes. And shake your head no. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, bend your knees even deeper and bring your arms to a T and come all the way up, arching back in just a little bit bigger back bend. Bring your hands to heart center and then find your way in mountain. So you might need to open your feet up a little bit so the feet are parallel. Again, lining your knees over your ankles and your hips over your knees so your legs are nice and energized. The weight is in the soles of your Your belly button is towards your spine. Shoulders are down and back. And your arms are a little bit in front of the body, palms forward, a little space under the armpits. And then gently tuck your chin and breathe out through the crown of your head. And root down through the soles of your feet. And inhale, filling up your belly as you lengthen up through your spine. And exhale, hollow out your belly as you root down through your feet, keeping your weight right in the center. Inhale again, and exhale. So your legs are active. Maybe think about lifting all 10 toes again. So your legs automatically activate. Bring a little down as you lift up, rooting down to rise. Breathe your arms out too deep and up by your ears, and then breathe your hands